Hello and welcome to the graduation training. You've made it to the final day of the 5-day Go Live challenge. So I'm so happy that you're here today. Congratulations. I want to first thank you so much for taking this time with me and getting this far. I know for a fact that the 5-day Go Live challenge was a lot of things that you needed to do. There were a lot of implementation that you had to go on. I know some of you had difficulties implementing all of these things. But I've seen so much growth in you as you've journeyed through this 5-day Go Live challenge. I can also see your excitement and joy as you figured out your niche, your content sweet spot, the platform, and format for your life. And I know, and now that you know how to become a ready for camera, I know you love this challenge because I've put a lot of my heart and faith into this to make sure that you get the stepping stones for online visibility. This is the same formula that I use to coach my premium clients in my video production agency. This was also designed to be easy to manage for you. Woo, I'm super pumped up to get started and walk you through my 10-step framework to be visible online. Now you may be wondering, why do I need to be visible online? Why is there even a need for me to do that? Well, I've got two reasons for you. Now let's talk about the first one. Visibility leads to customer awareness. So by definition, visibility is the degree to which something is seen by the public and leads to customer awareness. It's the process of taking your clients a journey from point A to point B. And we want to bring them through this journey from where they were originally struggling to a position where you can help them become a champion with your solution. Now, being visible leads your ideal clients to learn more about you. They learn about what you do, why you do it, and who you really are. Of course, this doesn't just apply to coaching or consulting businesses. This also applies to all types of businesses. Even as large organizations or small businesses, you can still shed some light about your values to your ideal clients. That's awareness, and that is necessary to make this work, to make your business work. So visibility leads to customer awareness. Got it? Now, visibility positions yourself as an authority and expert. Have you watched Ellen DeGeneres on TV? Now, did you wonder at all, what did she do to become an authority in being kind? Viewers would recommend stories so that Ellen would support their cause. But she's a comedian. Like, when did she become even the authority, right? Now, but when we think about Gordon Ramsay, we know he's a great chef. In fact, when you think Ramsay, you think chef. So when Matilda, her daughter, entered the culinary world, you say, that's because she's a Ramsay. And when we think of Coco Chanel, we think of someone who's innovative and wanted to see change in women's fashion at a time when no one felt there was even a need to. And that's what visibility does to you. Isn't this what you want? Isn't this something that is amazing for you? Now, it positions you as an expert and a level of authority in the eyes of your dream customers. And that's something that you really, really need to strive for. So, honey, you are a great Malay language teacher. Teach that with pride. Don't hold back. You really need to do that. Adila, you are a terrific web designer, UI UX expert. Let the world know. Mariam, you're an amazing consultant with engineering background. Show it off. Let the whole world know. Rosmini, you are a passionate financial consultant. Show it to the world. And I've seen that because you went live today. Now be the visible leader that your ideal clients are waiting for you to become. And to do that, you need my 10-step framework. This is the exact framework that will move you from shy and unknown to fearless and visible. Are you excited to get started? I am excited too. Okay, so I don't want to hold off any longer, so let's get started with the 10-step framework to help you become a visible leader online. So there are only 10 steps to become visible online, and I've made it simple, so just only 10 steps. So write it down, okay? So here they are. Step number 1 is to build a niche. And we talked about this in day 1 of the challenge. This has to be the first step, no matter the journey that you are on. Now, if you've not already figured it out, you need to go back and watch materials for day number 1. It's very important, okay? So go back to day number 1 and watch the materials there. Step number 2 is the content sweet spot framework. After you figured out the niche, you can then, and only then, work on the content topics. I shared about my proprietary content sweet spot framework on day number 2. And I received so many great feedback coming from you throughout this challenge, but you let me know that out of everything, this content sweet spot framework was the game changer in your business. So review the materials from day number 2 if you haven't already done so. Now, step number 3, very important, is your signature offer. Now, this is something that you must have when you are going live. And every single time that you are sharing a video content or going on live, you must have this at the back of your mind. Because there's no point doing something if there's no purpose behind it. There should always be a purpose behind content marketing and social media marketing. And we go live because we want to achieve that. So otherwise, you're just wasting time doing something for nothing. That's not what you want, right? Well, I've been there and I completely feel you, my friend. So you've got to figure out your signature offer. You need to have something to sell at the end of the day. And if you have not figured this out already, I'll be able to talk to you about how you can figure this out with me later. Alright, so now we go on to step number 4, which is to pick a platform. In day number 3, we talked about picking a platform. And platforms here refers to social media and digital platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. There's also other platforms like Twitch for gamers. And whatever the platforms that you choose, you need to know how to use it for maximum impact. Because we are living in a digital world. So the content that we create must be designed with purpose. It should be created suited for a platform of your preference. Now notice that I said of your preference, because you pick the one that works for you, not fit yourself for the platform. Okay, so pick a platform that works for you. Alright, now step number 5 is to choose a format. And I talked about this also in day number 3 as well. And this is where you get to choose the format that you want to deliver your video content or live streams as. There are 3 types, or 3 T's: talk show, teaching, and tutorials. And you pick the one that best represents your purpose and your goals. Care not about what others are doing and focus instead on what you love doing, okay? So step number 6, 6 is the expert script. These videos that I make throughout this challenge, they don't just magically appear from thin air. They were a result of scripting, research, writing. Okay, but scripting isn't that difficult. It's based on bullet points that you can easily figure out because you are already the expert in your field. And some of the things that you should consider when you are crafting your script would include things like who's listening or watching my video, what is the challenge that they are going through right now, and why am I the perfect fit to explain this to them. Now you want to answer these questions and you can get a head start. But if you are running a talk show, leading a webinar, or running a tutorials, there needs to be more. So you need a structured script to invite guests and inform your audience. And I'll talk about how you can do that later. Alright, step number 7 is to hone your voice. Now I often get this a lot. The way I speak is not the same around my family and my friends. So when they watch my video, they will always ask me, hey, why do you sound like that? Now, as a leader, you want to have the right voice that commands attention and respect. I'm not talking about an authoritative voice. I'm talking about the right voice. There's a few things that comes into play with this. It could be your words, your tone, your volume, your pitch. And all of these things, they truly matter. Well, I can't possibly cover this in this short amount of time that we have today. So think about the ideal voice that you want to carry throughout your video and live streams. Step number 8, which is actually kind of like the scariest part of them all, which is set up the tech. Now, I know this is completely scary for you, and you think that by setting up a camera, some lights, microphone, you'll not be able to start. But I've been doing this for years, even before I started my company. And I know the right lighting you need, audio that you need, graphics, camera, the whole 9 yards. Well, I'm here to assure you that the process is really simple. You've picked a platform in step number 3, so now you've just got to get yourself familiarized with the functions of that platform. So go on your Facebook page and click Go Live. Don't worry at all. It doesn't go live immediately. Now the buttons to click are simple and straightforward. There's only one that you should care about, really. That blue button to go live, you have to just go live. Just go live. Really, that's the best thing that you could do to yourself right now. Well, there are definitely more advanced settings that you can learn about, but I won't talk about it here today, because they are not important for you right now. Step number 9 is to check off the Go Live checklist. Now, we are women, and our brains are wired differently than men. The way we think and see things are completely different than men. This tech thing is very masculine, where, men, when they think about this, their brains light up to easily connect the dots. But for us, we tend to get stuck in the tech because we have a wider peripheral vision. Many women's peripheral vision is effective up to almost 180 degrees. This means that we tend to get distracted easily when we're working on the tech. You feel me? I bet you've been there as well, right? This is something so familiar to women entrepreneurs all around the world. So you need a system, and the system is this checklist that will help you see what's missing and what's already completed. This way, you can go live on your own, even without anyone's help. And I'll tell you later how you can access this checklist. Step number 10. Finally, you've got the opportunity now to be a fearless fempreneur. So now that you've prepared and ready, you can hit the Go Live button with confidence. You can speak fearlessly about your area of specialization. You are now the expert, so behave that way. Show the world that you are indeed the expert that your audience and ideal clients need you to be. Get rid of the mind block. Get rid of the limiting beliefs which I've talked about in day number 4. You've got this, my friend. You really have it in you to be a fearless and visible fempreneur online. So that's the 10-step framework that you need to get visible online. Now, the 10 steps that I use to implement my video content across my business and that of my clients, this really isn't something that I magically created from thin air. It's based off years of interaction with my clients and experience behind both in cameras as well as in front of the camera. This is something that you've got to do right now. Okay, but you know what? I'm very well aware that while the things that I've shared with you in the 5-day Go Live challenge will totally push you 1 or even 10 steps forward, and in fact give you the confidence that you need to get started, I know that I can't show you the whole process in just 5 days. Really, it's not enough time. And some more, I'm sharing it with you for 10 minutes a day. Now, here's what I know and how I know that this is true. Because I've taught this exact workshop in 2 full-day workshops, and still my clients think it's not enough. They would come up to me after class and let me know that the lesson was valuable. But Huda, while this is valuable, I've learned a lot. Definitely I've learned a lot. Now, how can I implement any of these things that you've taught to me? Can you just help me with that? Now, this is something that you really got to think about. Okay, to be completely transparent with you, I honestly don't release any of the things that you've learned in the 5-day Go Live challenge to the public. They have always been there and always been reserved for people who are in my private communities. Not even this 10-step framework that you are learning today is being shared to the public. They have always been reserved for my VIP fearless fempreneurs and private clients. Now, this framework is a very, very, very powerful framework, but it is still a framework. It's only as good as your ability to know how to apply it. And rather than just leaving you hanging out there on your own and trusting you to apply all of this properly and effectively, which I know you can struggle with, I've got one more opportunity for you. Now, are you ready? I know you are, so I'm really, really excited to see that you are ready to do this. Now, you see, I've got a program called the Visibility Accelerator, and I recently launched this to my community. It's something that I'm so passionate about because I know female entrepreneurs need this. And inside the Visibility Accelerator, I reveal how I turned my own fear of the camera, self-doubts, and limiting beliefs, the thing that I'm so good at, I really just want to go out there and share this with the world, into opportunities, profits, and growth for my business. And I show you how I switch my audience mind from who the heck to how can I work with you, including how I get qualified guests on my show, and how I set up my equipment for videos, and the exact techniques I use to hone my own voice online. So I want to make that available to you today because I want you to avoid all the trial and error and tech overwhelm. And finally, stop dreaming and start doing. I want you to have clarity and guidance and confidence as you simply turn your content sweet spot into the dream business and life that you desire. Now you see, this isn't just about going live or producing content. This is about persistence, determination, and confidence that your audience need to see that you have. Now, when Angeline came on board with the Visibility Accelerator, she didn't even know that it's possible to gain clarity in her business. She's a financial consultant, and we know that this job has many competitors in the market. And standing out isn't going to be easy. But she said, "Thanks, Huda, for providing me so much valuable advice to me. You provide me with clarity on what steps I can go ahead with, which is what I really needed. This systematic approach is exactly what I needed." When there is a system and framework, it becomes easier for you to follow. You won't be distracted with non-essential matters or what I call superficial elements ever again. Now listen up, because this is pretty exciting and I don't want you to miss it out, okay? So you may have seen the Visibility Accelerator offered before at 2,500 US dollars. But just for you, and only if you can take advantage of this today, as a way of recognizing you've taken action and are taking your business seriously, I want to reward your fearless attitude and decisive decision making. Because let's face it, those who push decisions off rarely come around to making them at all. And also, as a way for me to get this new relationship started on the right foot. Now, what I'm willing to do is to meet you halfway. More than halfway, in fact, for just 3 payments of $497. So for only $497 today and 2 other payments, you are going to get this accelerated training that people paid in upwards of $2,500 to get. And this will allow you to eliminate all the confusion and tech overwhelm when it comes to being more visible online. You'll get the 10-chapter training following the 10-step framework that we discussed earlier. Now that's the easy part. Of course, the tough part is the implementation, which I don't want you to go through alone. We'll meet everyone twice a month to check on your progress together, and you'll have private sessions with me to customize your signature offer, take a look at your office setup, and practice honing your voice. Does this sound good? Well, you can join the Visibility Accelerator today by clicking on the link in the comments below or going to fempreneur.co/accelerator. Now tell them, this is something that you really want to tell your audience out there. Okay, so you don't want to struggle any longer and you really want to go out there to get started. So you need to realize that you're going to have an expert cheering you on every step of the way. And no longer will you have to spend hours testing and crashing your live streams. Now you'll have my exact formula, the scripts, and the framework so you know what to say and when to say it. You can forget about feeling overwhelmed and confused with all the options and clutter out there when it comes to knowing how to become visible online. It's time for you to make some money while you go online at the same time. So now you'll have certainty and confidence to know exactly how to position yourself online, how to get your business in front of your dream clients, and how to be successful doing what you love. So again, right now, as a fearless reward and to celebrate action takers just like yourself and those who are serious about getting results, let me meet you more than halfway here today. Let me show you the process where you can learn from all the trial and error and all the money and resources and investment in time that I took to figure this out. You could learn it right now in an instant by getting access to the Visibility Accelerator. Again, yours today if you will choose to take that for 3 payments of $497. I trust that this will indeed be truly beneficial for you. And I trust that you will be able to use it to take your business and take your life to the next level. And I can't wait to hear about it and about the results that can come from this. And I want to thank you so much for staying with me all throughout this time. And I really look forward to see you on the other side. So go on to fempreneur.co/accelerator to access the Visibility Accelerator today. Remember to keep learning and keep believing in yourself because the world needs an inspiration just like you. Thank you so much for being here all throughout the 5-day Go Live challenge. Remember, stay fearless,